your hands, everybody. And everybody just I'm Greg Bordner, and this is Bill Watson, Monk, Monk Watson's son. And he grew up on the road as Monk was an orchestra conductor all over. I assume that's what Monk was doing back then. It was certainly before my time. When he was on the road.
Dad, of course, had the Keystone Serenaders in Detroit. And then we went out to California. But he was with the Shaler people after vaudeville was basically done.
Mm-hmm.
And the Shaler people was an automotive additive, and he traveled all over the United States doing shows for the dealers.
Okay.
And then he went with K-Site.
I was going to say
in Hastings, right.
Right. I remember that part.
But we traveled all over the country doing shows for the dealers and stuff for Shaler. And that, of course, allowed me to be in 28 different schools before I went to high school.
Wow.
But I loved it. I loved it traveling with Mom and Dad and my sister Marnie. We just had done everything. I'd been in every state in the United States before I came back to Colon and went to high school. But I came to Colon, of course the house we're in right now is my grandfather's. And Dad lived here, and then I lived here. And then after the folks passed away, then we moved back in 2002. But
I know you were in the Washington, D.C. area, a phone executive or a lobbyist, or what was your title
well,
when you were in Virginia?
I was a lobbyist for Continental Telephone Company and had offices right downtown, 1800 K Street Northwest, which was right in the heart of the business area.
Okay.
But before that, when I got out of the service, I've been in the telephone business all my life. I installed telephone equipment around the United States, then I was a salesman. Then I became the president of the smallest, or a Class A telephone company in Ohio, Kenton, Ohio. Then moved into New York, upstate New York with a Mid-Continent and Continental Telephone, and wound up with 180 telephone customers and 1,400 employees.
Oh.
And then we decided that it was beginning the breakup of the Bell system. And I had told our chairman of the board that we needed somebody representing our company in Washington, D.C. And moi, got it. And I enjoyed it though, very, very much.
Yeah. Well, just the term lobbyist, you're almost afraid to use it in this day and age. People like it's a dirty word, but I knew you had called yourself that and you were proud of it. So.
Well, I've always been proud of the job that I did, Greg, as a lobbyist. I have always thought a lobbyist has a job to do, and there are some rotten apples in the barrel. But the real rotten apple is if you make a deal with a legislator and he takes it. That's the real rotten apple, not the lobbyist.
Yeah.
So, never happened to me. I never put myself in a position where I had to compromise my company or my effectiveness as a lobbyist. But that was my career.
Okay. Well, then you decided to come back to Colon because of this house, or your
No,
hometown?
I met my wife here in Maryland in 1952. I was home from the Air Force, and I was downtown, and she honked the horn at me, truthfully. And I chased her till she caught me. But we were married 2 years, 1954, on the day that we met, the 4th of June. And I took my bride to Las Vegas, Nevada, where I was stationed at Nellis Air Base. She always loved Colon. We came back for the get-togethers. I have loved Colon all my life, the lakes, the people, and I couldn't wait to come back here to Colon. And we came back and we looked at a couple of homes on the lake, and she said, we were right ready to buy one, and she said, Bill, can you sell your grandfather's and your dad's home? And I said, no. And she said, then let's remodel it. So we came in and we maintained the integrity of the house. We added a few little things, added a nice garage and that, but the integrity of the house, all throughout what we added and everything, the woodwork is the same. We had that special made so that when people see the house from the outside and when they come in, it doesn't look a bit different.
No, just
than
driving
it did when
by.
Mom and Dad lived here.
Yeah, just driving by, it doesn't look a bit different.
Yeah.
And yet when I pull in the driveway, I go, whoa. It's a hello back here.
Well, the garage and the back there
Yeah.
made a big difference.
Yeah.
But we had the house finished, and then Mickey passed away 5 years ago, which I was distraught. But I couldn't leave Colon. I didn't want to leave Colon because people like you who've been friends for years and years and years, and guys like Jerry Conklin that I've known since I was well, he's not that much older than I, but he looks it.
Well, yeah.
But really, it's just a wonderful town. It's having some problems now, trying to keep growing and.
Oh, sure. It's staying alive.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Staying alive.
But it's a lovely community, and I love it. Always have. I used to dream about the lake because we used to swim across it.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, and
That's quite the lake.
well, all the way from the lake out to the point,
Okay.
Palmer Point. So I've always loved it.
Yeah, that's great.
And the memorabilia that I've still got upstairs of my dad's.
Oh, sure, sure.
And some of the Tops magazines. I've got most of the articles of the problem between he and Crandall.
Oh, yeah.
That was not a problem, but it was a dialogue thing that they had about Elsie Janis in the First World War. Crandall said there never was an Elsie Janis, and he and Dad would play off of that and everything.
Okay.
But Greg, the wonderful people, all the years that we came back here, the Bob Lewises,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Wilbur
the Carol Foxes,
Wilbur
the
Ranch.
Duke Stearns, Johnny Jordamain, Del O'Dell. I mean, I knew them when I was little kids. And I used to love to go up into the tent. Gladys Abbott would play the piano, and Duke would play the violin. And Don Bubb played the piano then for a long time. But those are the things that I hold so dear to
Yeah, just the memories of those shows.
to Colon
Yeah.
and those shows.
Percy and his pitches and the candy pitch.
Oh, well,
That's
the
always-
candy pitch, Jules and those guys, they used to, and I've sold the, not popcorn, what kind, what is it, the popcorn with the caramel on it.
Oh, yeah.
And a gift in every package, you know, and once in a while, you'd get one that had a watch in it. And there weren't a lot of those, but it was great.
Yeah.
It was great. Used to love it. Used to love to go up and watch them put up the tent.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that was so much fun.
Clap your hands, everybody, and everybody just